and welcome to the January 2016 edition of Free For All Fridays on Super Talk 1270 with the Bismarck Downtowners. I'm Dawn Kopp, the Executive Director. With me is Kate Herzog. She's our super fantastic Assistant and Marketing Director. And on our boards is Jim Walsh, who always keeps us entertained. So happy belated New Year to everybody. We're happy to be back on Free For All Fridays. We took December off, but we're ready to get going in the new year now.
Yeah, all those holidays fell on Friday, so we were kind of recovering.
That's right. I feel like I still am a little bit. But we have a jam-packed show for you today, and we have a couple of guests coming on in the next couple of segments. Our first guest will be Sarah Kelsch. She is the Marketing Director at the Bismarck Cancer Center, and they have a big event coming up in the beginning of February, and it will be held at another downtown member business. So we'll get you in on all the details in the next segment. And the following segment after that, we'll be talking about the Bismarck Mandan Food Co-op. They're getting closer to opening their retail grocery store in the downtown fringe area. So we're excited to hear about how things are progressing there.
Yes, I think they have a pretty aggressive timeline, so I'm pretty excited to have that co-op open, that grocery store open near the downtown. It's going to be great.
It is. Yep. Very exciting. So if you want to chit-chat with us, you can always call in at 663-1270. Well, like we said, we have a jam-packed show, and we're just going to give you some updates on some upcoming events in and around downtown and throughout the community. Let's see, tonight, actually, the 22nd, at the Belle Mayhews is the 1964 The Tribute.
1964
The Tribute.
Space. The Tribute. 1964 yes. Space. The Tribute. Yep.
It's a Beatles reenactment.
I think that's going to be kind of fun. When BSC did their, 1960s events and things like that, it was really well attended. So check it out, the Belle Mayhews. It's called 1964.
The Tribute.
The Tribute. Pause. Also, coming up the 22nd today and the 23rd up at BSC's Sydney J. Lee Auditorium, the Civic Chorus is going to do an evening on Broadway, so check them out. They always do a fabulous job, the Civic Chorus. They were at an event that we were recently at, kind of celebrating the arts community and got a grant, and a great organization. So check out the Civic Course and Evening on Broadway tonight and tomorrow at BSC. And coming up on January 24th will be an event at 1603 Main Events called Moscato d'Asti, which is a wine event. So Moscato d'Asti is Italy's fizzy and fun gift to the world. So they'll do some wine pairings, and it's an evening of entertainment, socializing, and fun. And wine.
Moscato, yum.
Which is great. 1603 just became a member of the Downtowners Association, so we're going to look to do some partnerships there and let everybody know what they've got going on. They recently hired a very talented woman who is doing a whole bunch more events there, so look for more things to come out of 1603. Comedy, things like that. They're really kicking it in the butt.
That's right.
Also, Broadway and Bismarck presents $1 Million Quartet January 24th at the Bismarck Event Center. And Jim tells us it's kind of like a fun rockabilly type show, so check that out. Broadway in Bismarck presents $1 Million Quartet January 24th, Bismarck Event Center.
Dakota Stage will present its next production, Twilight of the Golds, January 28th through February 7th. Again, this is located at Dakota Stage Ltd. In downtown Bismarck, right on Main Avenue. Make sure and call for tickets. I think this show looks like it's going to be another outstanding production. So it's always a wonderful production whenever Dakota Stage is involved. So check them out and make sure to mark your calendars for January 28th through February 7th.
Yeah, they also have some, things that happen before the show starts. They just had their curtain warmer conversations. You can talk with the actors and the people who are directing and putting the shows together, and look for some more of those types of events. Each mainstay show that they put out, they usually do some things running up to it that are really interesting, so check it out. Also, one of our members, the Missouri Slope Area United Way, a huge contributor in the community, has their annual luncheon on January 28th at the Ramkota. So if you're looking to get involved, or you want to celebrate what they've been working with a lot of nonprofits in the community, many of which are members of ours, check out the Missouri Slope Area United Way Luncheon, January 20th, the Ramcota Hotel.
And 1603 Main Events will be hosting another event on January 29th called Murder at the Masquerade. It's a murder mystery dinner. And again, January 29th, I think you have to hurry and get tickets for this one because they run out like hotcakes. I mean, 1603 is just on fire.
I've never been to a murder mystery dinner before.
I did one. It was very interesting.
Were you the murderer?
No. I guess I shouldn't be so sad about that.
Right. Also happening in downtown Bismarck, Jason Aldean with Thomas Rhett and 1,000 Horses, January 29th, Bismarck Event Center. If you're a country music fan, check it out. The 29th is a Friday night, so kind of make a night of it. Dinner, downtown, drinks, downtown, show, then come back downtown. After show drinks, after show appetizers. Make a night of it.
On January 31st, January 31st, Bismarck State College National Energy Center of Excellence will be having conversations at BSC. So check out the BSC website for more information on this event. January 31st.
Also, Extreme Bull Riding in the PRCA Championship Rodeo, February 4th through the 6th at the Bismarck Event Center. Always a good rodeo event. They usually pack the house, so look to get your tickets early for that Extreme Bull Riding PRCA Championship Rodeo, February 4th through the 6th. I also had a couple other events. Just wanted to mention to the public, January 29th, Bismarck Transit is holding some public listening sessions, and they're going to be doing some in February as well, but I think they're going to make some really fun changes to the transit system, make it more usable for everybody. So check out, it's January 29th, the listening sessions for transit, 4:30 to 6:30, and that's out at their facility on East Rosser Avenue. So check out those public listening sessions. You can also give some feedback online if you're unable to attend, but transit is going to be a big part of what's happening in downtown Bismarck in the near future. So we'd love some input on if you use transit or if you don't, why you don't, and if you would, if certain things would change. So check out those listening sessions. Also, just a couple bigger events that are coming up in February. The Symphony has their next concert February 6th, following that fire theme that they're doing for their 40th anniversary. They're doing, it's called the Firebird. And February 9th, Death by Chocolate, which is an event most people look forward to. Not a bad way to go, I gotta say. Not a bad way to go. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back talking with the Bismarck Cancer Center about a fun event they have coming up in downtown Bismarck. You're listening to Free for All Fridays on Super Talk 1270 AM.
Right now, 21.
Dave Ramsey is heard here. Super Talk 1270.
And welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us on Free for All Fridays on Super Talk 1270. You are listening to the Bismarck Downtowners, and we are going to go right into our first guest of the show. Sarah Kelsch is our first guest today. She is the marketing director at the Bismarck Cancer Center, and they have a big event and fundraiser coming up in downtown Bismarck. Hi, Sarah. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Really well. It's Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday.
That helps, right?
It's a great day to do a radio show on Fridays. Everyone's so happy all the time. So before we get into your event, let us talk a little bit about what the Bismarck Cancer Center does and how you help our community and why the Bismarck Cancer Center is so wonderful and important to Bismarck.
Sure. Well, we are a radiation treatment facility. We treat about 600 to 700 patients a year. We're co-owned by both hospitals, which makes it great and interesting all at the same time. And so we do all the radiation treatment in this area. So we cover about a 200-mile radius. And along with the Cancer Center, we have a foundation that's run by our staff. And the foundation raises money through various events like the Masquerade Ball to provide what we call wraparound services for our patients. So we raise money to... We have housing options available for our patients. We own a couple of apartment buildings and a couple of houses, and so patients can stay for $15 a night. If they're traveling from Dickinson or Hettinger or something like that for their treatment, they're not going to want to drive back and forth because the treatment takes place every day for 4 to 8 weeks.
Wow.
And so that ends up being a toll on our patients. And so we also do gas cards, and we have a massage therapist and an emotional and spiritual counselor and a dietitian, and we're always looking for ways that we can help our patients with their cancer battle and just, make it easier on them. So that's kind of what we're all about. We treat 60 to 70 patients a day, and it's a busy place, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but you guys do a great job. For those who don't know, the Bismarck Cancer Center is on A Street. You are sandwiched right in between your two co-owners, your two bosses, the two hospitals downtown, just north of Rosser on A Street.
Correct, yep.
And the Bismarck Cancer Center and the Downtowners have some connections. There's been board members that sit on foundations and obviously events that happen in and around the downtown area. But this has turned out to be a really big event for you, I think. I've seen pictures and all that fun stuff. Tell us a little bit about the third annual Masks in the Moonlight and, how it got started and really what it's done for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, our executive director is from the South, and so masquerade balls and events like that are big in the South, and he had always hoped that we could start something like that up here, and we thought it was kind of an event that hadn't been covered before that we were aware of with the masquerade theme. And so we started a couple years ago, and it's taken off like crazy, which we're very grateful for, but it's a ton of fun. We have everybody comes in mass, and the first year I think we had about 150 people, and this year we'll have close to 300. So we're excited that we've about doubled in 3 years. We have dinner and dancing and a social and a ton of entertainment. We have some belly dancers this year and some ballet dancers, and we're going to have a fortune teller, and then we have a live auction and a silent auction and a dance. So it'll be a busy night.
That does.
I know, it sounds very exciting. And people usually, they dress up a little bit for the ball, correct?
They do, yeah.
Yes.
So that's fun, too, because I don't know about men for sure, but what woman doesn't want to get dressed up once in a while and go to a fancy event and be wined and dined. So we found that, we have several tables of just all women coming because apparently their husbands didn't want to get dressed up. But it's a lot of fun, and the mass, just add that little hint of mystery and fun as well. So
I was going to ask you, Sarah, I would assume that when you mix masks and belly dancers and maybe a cash bar or however that works, that people might let loose a little bit.
It does get a little interesting towards the end of the night, but all in all, it's been a ton of fun so far, and We've heard several stories. Unfortunately, the staff can't partake like that, but one year maybe.
That is one of the downfalls when you produce like a super fun event.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. I'm always like, we need to find an event to go to so we can be those fun people there.
We're talking with Sarah Kell. She's the marketing director at the Bismarck Cancer Center. Their event, the third annual Mass in the Moonlight, is happening, I believe, February 6th at 1603 Main Events, starting at 6 p.m. Sarah, can businesses still get involved and donate items, or are tickets still available? Tell people how maybe they can get involved either from a business standpoint in silent auction donations or tickets and tables.
Absolutely. Our tables are all sold out. We have about 6 or 8 seats we could still sell individually. Other than that, we are completely sold out, which is a great problem. In fact, we joke that our staff's going to be meeting at Pizza Hut earlier that day to eat our meal. But, we're thrilled. We would love, still looking for silent auction items, and would love businesses to participate if they so choose, and live auction items for that matter. But, and hopefully next year, if people are interested, they get their tickets early and join us. But they can call the Cancer Center or call me directly at 222-6119 or visit our website at bismarckcancercenter.com.
And so is this the fastest you've sold out for tables?
It is, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. In fact, we were only going to sell, and we only take the one room in the 1603, and
Sure.
the second room is for our auction items, and so we were going to only sell 23 tables, and we're at 25, so we fudged a little there too.
We just
it's a good problem to have,
That's
so
right.
we're thrilled.
The table's just like a door up on sawhorses, but it's been sold.
Right.
It's ready to roll.
You're in the entryway, but it's fine.
It's okay. It all works.
So we'll get it all fixed.
Right.
We're talking with Sarah Kelsch again at the Bismarck Cancer Center, their third annual Mass in the Moonlight event at 1603, February 6th at 6 p.m. Still looking for some silent auction donation items, so get a hold of them there. You have a few other things that are coming up that we wanted to chat about really quickly. Giving Hearts Day, I saw that on your website. That's a big, donation day. It's kind of like the Black Friday of, nonprofit donation. Tell us a little bit
Absolutely,
what you have going on for Giving Hearts Day and what it is and how people can get involved there.
Absolutely. It's a really cool program, and we're excited to get involved a few years ago, but I think now there are over 300 nonprofits throughout North Dakota and part of Minnesota that work together and market Giving Hearts Day and encourage people to go online and donate that day. And they have their website set up so you can, it's kind of like a shopping cart, so you can pick and choose how much you want to give to a bunch of different charities, whatever interests you. And so the Cancer Center works with about 30 other Bismarck, Mandan local charities, and we're going to have lots of stuff going on that day throughout the community. We're going to be stationed at the library for part of the day so people can stop by and get information on all the charities participating. And we're going to have computers there so you can donate right there. But it's just a really easy way and just promote, giving across the state and nation, quite frankly. We had several donations from other states last year, and just to raise awareness about all these great charities doing good things in our state. So.
Absolutely. Another event I saw coming up on the Bismarck Cancer Center's website is you have a Memorial Pinochle tournament.
We do, yeah, and that sells out quickly too. And boy, that pinochle gets a little cutthroat, but that's a lot of fun as well. We typically have about 130, 140 teams at the Bismarck Eagles, and that's February 20th. And then there's a ton of great prizes. There's a silent auction there too, and that proves to be a lot of fun. People get really competitive with pinochle, so it's kind of fun I play casually, so it's fun from that standpoint to see how crazy some people get, but it's a good time.
How did that event get started? I just was perusing your website and noticed it. Have you been doing it a long time?
I think this is the 5th annual, and it was started in memory of a individual who lost his battle to cancer and was a big pinochle fan and liked to play tournaments. And so two guys got together and decided to start this tournament in his memory, and the family supports that and comes and is involved that day with the tournament as well. And it's fun to see that his legacy kind of is carried forward with this pinochle tournament. So
yeah, you guys, you really do kind of think out of the box for your fundraiser events, I think, which makes them successful and fun at the same time. So kudos to the Bismarck Cancer Center.
Thank you. Yeah, we certainly cover all bases, I think.
Yeah, from pinochle to belly dancers to masks.
Right.
I think you guys, a wide gamut of
That's right.
of things. Tell people if you have any other upcoming events or things going on at the Bismarck Cancer Center that we missed.
That's probably the main ones for the spring. In May, we'll do our Project Hope campaign, which is a campaign where we provide educational information to Bismarck Mandan businesses and encourage employers to let their employees dress casual and wear cancer ribbing awareness colors of the week. And that's kind of our big educational push to get not only information about different types of cancers, but also how to stay healthy, and we provide healthy recipes and, symptoms and signs to watch for, so you can avoid cancer if at all possible. So that's the next big one, and then, of course, once June hits, we're pretty much busy every weekend, so we're very grateful. We have a ton of organizations and individuals who put on events and do so much for our organization, so...
And, one thing we always look forward to in downtown Bismarck, Susan Schwieters, who's one of our members and downtown business owners, sometimes they get together, I think usually in October.
Pink Out.
Yeah.
Yep, for Pink Out Saturday, and a lot of the downtown retailers participate, especially women's-based retail participate in that event. We've seen the Pink Fire Truck come downtown, which has been really fun, and people have partaken in that event as well, so... You guys are just doing a whole bunch of stuff and a great job at the Bismarck Cancer Center. Again, let people know how they can get involved with the 3rd annual Mask in the Moonlight before we have to let you go.
Sounds good. It's they can call me directly at 701-222-6119 or visit our website at bismarckcancercenter.com.
And there's 6 tickets left or something.
Yeah,
so let's
right.
get them sold out today so that they have a wonderful, wonderful event. Let us know how it goes, Sarah. Thank you so much.
We will.
Sarah
Thanks
Kelsch,
for having me.
Thank you. The marketing director at the Bismarck Cancer Center. They've got their 3rd annual Mask in the Moonlight fundraiser at 1603 Main Events in downtown Bismarck, February 6th, starting at 6 p.m. Still looking for some silent auction items. Get on it. It's going to be great. Belly dancers. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Super Talk 1270 AM.
Right now, 21.
Mary Lou Henner, weekdays on Super Talk 1270.
And welcome back to Free for All Fridays on Super Talk 1270 with the Bismarck Downtowners. Well, I want to give a big thank you to Sarah Kelsch with the Bismarck Cancer Center for joining us in our previous segment and talking about all things that the Bismarck Cancer Center has going on and what they do in the community. And to remind everybody, if you want to get involved with the 3rd annual Masks in the Moonlight event coming up on February 6th, to make sure and give them a call. So we're going to move right into our next segment. And we're going to be talking with Heidi Demars from the Bismarck Mandan Food Cooperative. Hi, Heidi. Welcome to our show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How have you been doing?
Really busy.
I believe you.
Yeah, we're moving closer towards our opening date, and so things have just been crazy busy down at the store, but we're so excited to be at this phase in our development.
So before we get into the things you have coming up right now or going on right now, tell us a little bit about what the cooperative, the food cooperative is and how it helps our community.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a consumer-owned cooperative, and we will be a natural foods grocery store focusing on offering natural, organic, and locally produced food. We will be a one-stop shop, so we will have, every department that you would find in a typical grocery store, your bulk section, your seafood, your meat, the frozen and dairy, and then we'll also have a coffee and juice bar. But our focus then, again, is, towards those healthy, fresh, local, and organic foods. And we'll be open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week, with the exception of some holidays. So really trying to provide more convenient access to healthy, fresh foods to the Bismarck-Mandan region.
Great. That sounds fantastic. So your biggest news that has been released recently is you've secured a site for the retail store, and you've started to fit up the space a bit. So tell us where and why that location was chosen.
Yeah, so we started about 2 years ago really looking at sites, and we had a site selection committee comprised of an architect, a couple of our board members, and a couple of community members, really trying to find a space that was about 10,000 square feet so we could be that one-stop shop for folks, but also be conveniently located. So we didn't want to be too far north or too far south, and really a central location, is ideal. But then, as we talk about, being centrally located, then parking becomes an issue, and so we really needed some off-street parking for folks to make it convenient, because we are a grocery store. Nobody wants to walk too far with their groceries. And we also wanted to be on or near a bus route, and those were all some key factors for us when selecting a site. And we did find a building that fit that almost perfectly at 711 East Sweet Avenue, so that's the old Snoopers location, just east of the Bismarck Event Center. Had, parking available, was the right size that we were looking for, and so we went for it. We actually have a target opening date of mid-April if all our renovations go as planned, and if you drive by each day, you'll see, contractors there working. The loading dock just got finished last week, so that was an exciting day for everybody. It's moving along.
It takes a certain group of people to get really excited to have a completion of a loading dock.
Yeah,
you don't hear that
You're
so
right.
often.
And actually, as we've moved through this development process, each step has been equally exciting. I think when we got approved, for we were short a few parking spaces, and so we had to go in front of the city commission to get approved for that. And I've never been so excited about parking in my life. It's those baby steps. Loading dock. That means that's where our truck is going to pull up twice a week, offering this fresh, organic, natural food. That's where our small producers that live in the region will bring their products. So I guess it does seem kind of funny when you think about it, but for us, in the co-op development world, I mean, that's a big step for us.
It is,
so,
right.
Yeah.
We're talking with Heidi. She's with the Bismarck Downtowners Food Cooperative, getting ready to open their retail grocery store on the old Snoopers location just south of the Bismarck Tribune, just east of the Bismarck Event Center. If people haven't been to Snoopers in a while, which I haven't,
Yeah.
just because I'm 33. So
She aged out a couple
right.
years ago.
Heidi, you talked a little bit about it, but the question that I think people ask a lot is they have a certain conception of what a cooperative grocery store looks like, and they're like, oh, can I get my salt there and my milk there, and can I make basically some recipe without having to go to other grocery stores or providers. So is that a possibility? Is that what the grocery store is going to look like? That's kind of what I tell people, but they kind of think of bulk almonds and stuff. You know what I mean? They have that picture in their mind.
Yeah, and I think especially with the older co-op model, that's how this really started, right? Was people kind of banded together to get better prices on bulk items, but then it grew from there. And so the new face of food co-ops is really what we strive to be an example of. So anybody that's been to Minneapolis or maybe to Billings or Bozeman, those are really great examples of co-ops that we are trying to emulate. And we are, not trying to recreate the wheel here by any means. We've done a ton of tours, talked to a number of general managers, really trying to put that focus on that one-stop shop, as I mentioned. So if you have a grocery list and tonight, you're making balsamic chicken with steamed veggies and rice, we want to be that one-stop shop where you can find everything you need there, but again, with the focus on high-quality foods. And so, absolutely, I mean, it's not, the older co-op maybe that some folks are used to with the, bulk items. We'll definitely have that, but you'll be able to find, fresh dairy products, frozen goods, seafood that is flown in, and that's been a really cool piece about this is we've connected with other co-ops, and so we're kind of piggybacking on their distribution as well, so we can get some of those really great products.
Which is great. We're talking with Heidi Bismarck Downtowners Food Cooperative, getting ready to open their retail grocery store, fingers crossed, mid-April or, kind of mid to late spring. Talk a little bit about, you're one of the fastest growing food co-ops in the country, I think, and talk about your membership and fundraising and how that's going and how people can maybe get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is better at co-ops with more members. And so although we did reach our earlier target, we're approaching 1,500 member owners. Wow. We would love to grow that to 1,700 by the time we open. And really, throughout this development process, membership has been so key. And so we really started out just educating people on the very things that we're talking about today. What will our store look like? What types of products will we offer? And that's the beautiful thing about membership is that as a member owner, you help to make the decisions. You have a voice. So every year we have an annual meeting where we invite our members to come and talk about the things that they care about, the products that they would like to see in the store. So when you mention, can you find everything that you're looking for there to, make an awesome dinner or everything on your grocery list so you don't have to go to another store. That's the wonderful thing about membership is if there's something that you can't find at our co-op and you're a member owner, we want to hear about it and we want to hear from you and be able to offer that. Membership has been so vital and so important, and I think that education piece went a long way. Really inviting people to come to our meetings, find out what it's all about, ask questions, and then they're so excited that they go out and share that with other people. And that was a big piece is, recruit other people, help us, because we're, a fairly small organized group. We needed our members to go out and, sell this for us too and get their friends, family, coworkers excited. And so I think that's where that surge in membership really came from is that Bismarck Mandan is ready for this type of store and they're excited about it. But definitely if you haven't gotten involved yet, if you'd like to be a member owner, we're shooting for that 1,700 number once we open our doors. So you can find out more about the benefits of membership by heading to our website, and that's bismanfoodcoop.com. And then also on our Facebook page, we've got tons of pictures about, the renovation updates, some of the benefits of membership, what our members are saying about the store and why they became a member, so you can see some of those testimonials there too.
Great.
And I think through your membership, you can really see how much of a updated type of food co-op you are too. Because quite a while ago, I asked you a question about how, will members be required to donate some time to work at the co-op and that type of thing, and that's not the same model any longer.
Right. Yeah.
So
Co-ops
even
are moving in a different direction, and folks do not have to volunteer their time at the co-op to receive those benefits. And so with that $200, that's a one-time membership fee that you pay for a lifetime of benefits, and that includes, in-store discounts on member-only specials. So if we have some awesome local honey one week, that might be a member-only special where they'll get that discount. Members also receive a 10% off shopping day one time per month. They'll get exclusive member-only updates on some of the fresh food being brought in by our local farmers. And because, our members are the owners, the profits go back to them. And I think a lot of people, that really resonates with them, that it's not, our profits are getting sent off to somebody somewhere else. They receive those patronage dividends in profitable years. So it's a different model, but once people understand it, they're so excited to be a part of it.
I think it speaks volumes that the Bismarck Mandan Food Cooperative got hundreds of members without even having a retail grocery store. I mean, that it says a lot about A, that is a very big need in the community, and B, that there's a lot of faith in your group to be able to execute a retail store eventually, coming forward. And that there's a lot of people here who, like the gentleman who sells beef kind of out of, I think I can't remember, the Sterling area or whatnot. You've got, some producers that want to see that too. So from all angles, it's really been, successful, and you guys have worked really hard for it. Bismarck Mandan Food Cooperative, we're getting you the update here on Super Talk 1270. They're going to be opening their retail grocery store, fingers crossed, mid-April. The loading dock's in, so that helps. Thanks so much, Heidi. Check them out on the web or on Facebook to get those updates and get involved. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Super Talk 1270 AM.
Right now, 21.
Live news headlines and weather together. Weekdays on Super Talk 1270.
And thanks again for joining us today on Super Talk 1270. You are listening to Free for All Fridays with the Downtowners. We had a couple of spectacular guests, Sarah Kelsch with the Bismarck Cancer Center and Heidi DeMars with the Bismarck Mandan Food Co-op. They have things going on all the time. Bismarck Cancer Center next week, 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now has their third annual Masks in the Moonlight coming up. If you want to attend, they have a handful of tickets left. Make sure to call 222-6119 to get one of those last tickets, or if you want to join in the silent or live auction, if you want to donate something to them. You can also visit them on Facebook or their website, bismarckcancercenter.com. And a great big thank you to Heidi DeMars, who is working so hard to get the Bismarck Mandan Food Co-op up and running. They are excited that they should be opening hopefully later spring, mid-April. Hopefully is what Heidi had mentioned.
I hate to say anything and jinx
I know.
them. I don't want to jinx them.
So keep your eyes open for more information on the Bismarck Mandan Food Co-op. Help them make their goal of 1,700 members by their open date. And you can find them on Facebook. You can give them a call, or you can go and visit their website at bismanfoodcoop.com.
Just an aside, I'm super excited for it. This is a part of downtown 711 East Sweet Avenue, so south of the Bismarck Tribune, which we would call the downtown fringe, or that's how it's classified. And having any kind of retail grocery near the downtown is a huge boon. Fargo is also looking at, I think it's called the Prairie Roots Food Cooperative, somewhat downtown fringy in Fargo as well, but that helps us with downtown housing. It really promotes that central part of the city as a place that you can live, that you can get an apple, that you can, it's not a food, sort of wasteland in some way in terms of retail food. So White Drug Downtown has done a great job in getting your milk and those types of things. Now you'll be able to get that fresh food here at the cooperative, and I think we've been working with them. We tried so hard to find them some other sites downtown. This worked out really well for them, and I'm very excited for the Bismarck Mandan Food Cooperative.
They will just be going gangbusters. They have 1,500 members without having a retail location, so this is definitely something that the community has been wanting and needing for a very long time. And it's a bit of a dream come true for me. Ever since I started at the Downtowners, I had dreamed of a corner grocer where I could just go and buy an orange at lunch.
That's true.
This isn't quite on my corner, but it is going to be just a fantastic addition to the downtown and to the Bismarck Mandan community as a whole.
And Heidi with the co-op mentioned that being along a transit route was really important for them. And so if you want to kind of cue in on some transit things, they're having some listening sessions. They want to know what they need to do to get that ridership up just from the general public. So check out Bismarck Transit's website. It's all sort of tying together in the downtown area, but great for them. Very excited. We want to welcome a couple new members, Don.
Oh, we love our members, and we love new members and our current members, and all of our members are like our children. But we want to welcome our newest members, Old Time Wood Creations and Things. They are located in the Historic Tribune Building on 4th and Thayer, right across the hallway from the Bismarck Downtown Artist Cooperative. They do a lot of rehabbing or upcycling of old barnwood, and they've created some beautiful furniture pieces. You can actually order things from them. If you have a structure, you can contact them and have them make something for you. So welcome to Old Time Wood Creations and Things. We also want to welcome 1603 Main Events to our membership. They are just on fire right now with all the events and activities that they have going on at their location. They are located on kind of the eastern side of downtown, I'd say, but 1603 Main Events, that is also their address.
Yeah, at 1603 East Main Avenue.
It's pretty easy to find them. And finally, First Presbyterian Church joined us at the very end of last year. We want to welcome them and have you check out some of the fantastic things that they have going on. They do some events as well.
They always do a fantastic art show as well. They work with the symphony sometimes for some of their rush hour concerts. So check out First Presbyterian. Got a great space, and they do host a lot of events in the downtown area. And they're on 3rd and Thayer-ish, across from Lucky Duck's Deli in the Pond. We wanted to talk a little bit just before the end of our show about some happenings on the west end of downtown Bismarck. For the past few years, we've been doing our best to, keep working on the revitalization of West Downtown Bismarck. For those of you that have been in the community for a long time, you may recall, I believe in the early 90s, there was a hullabaloo about how Washington and Main Avenue connected, and they used to connect. There used to be an intersection there. It was kind of a weird loop up onto Main Avenue from Washington, and the Downtowners at the time fought very hard to try and keep that intersection open. Unfortunately, they were unsuccessful in doing that, and there were some unintended consequences, ones that the Downtowners, I think, could foresee, which is why they fought so hard for it, but that it really did decrease the traffic that we see between 3rd Street and Washington, particularly on Main Avenue. All Broadway goes all the way through. So, 25 years later, we're still feeling those effects, and West Downtown has some beautiful buildings doing some rehabilitation. We were able to work with J&R Vacuum and the Renaissance Zone Authority to do a facade revitalization for them, a very prominent corner on 3rd and Main. And now it looks like there's going to be some stuff happening just on the other side of the street of them, the 200 block of Main Avenue, where Warren's Locks and Keys is, or Rhythm Records.
We want to mention that Warren's Locks and Keys, who is our member also, they moved into a brand new location. So they are located at 920 East Front Avenue, which is near Flash Printing. Yes. So if you just go a couple buildings to the east, you will be able to find Warren's Locks and Keys for all of your needs and rekeying, or if you break a lock or a key off or something.
And those of you who know where Warren's Locks and Keys location was on Main Avenue, the owners have come in for kind of a restoration on that building and looking for a tenant there. But you're going to see that brick come back and that metal awning go away, and something maybe more historically appropriate. There used to be kind of a money bags lending piece right next to them. Now there's a new retail store going in there called Stella's. There's also some chitter chatter at the Renaissance Zone Authority, and an application that came through on the Rhythm Records building, I guess. I'm not sure the name of the building, but for possible exterior and interior rehab. So we're really happy to see that we're moving west in downtown Bismarck in terms of rehab and revitalization. Also, I'm dating myself too with the Scovey's lot, there's a developer that is looking to put some housing in that location.
Right.
So it's happening.
You can see the excitement, the fingers of that excitement just starting to spread and continue to go west. And also we see it going east as well. But as we move westward, we're seeing a lot of really interesting projects come through and a lot of interest in these locations now.
As we've had members really do a great job with their rehabilitations and their tenants in the core part of downtown Bismarck, these fringe areas are going to be really the next ones to start rehabbing, and you're going to see new uses and some really great facade things as well. I love brick. I just love brick. And that's what you have to love brick if you work at the Downtowners. So, but it's really exciting. So keep your eyes peeled. That 200 and that first block, that 100 block of West Main Avenue, I think you could see some interesting things happen in the next few months, and then maybe some new construction further on into this year.
Maybe into the spring, summer time frame.
It'll be a great connection with Broadway Center, which is another great West Downtown Bismarck rehabilitation, and they're hoping to spur some of that, and I think they have.
Speaking of Broadway Center, Kate, they have a Broadway Grill and Tavern has a wine dinner coming up at the very beginning of February.
Yeah, check it out. If you haven't been in West Downtown, there's some new things happening in and around there. So check that out. Also, I think going to be really helpful for West Downtown Bismarck development will be the Main Avenue Road Diet, which is going to have a demonstration project this spring, trying to make it more walkable for pedestrians, get across that street, really help to get some more pedestrian-friendly tenants in some of those buildings as well.
Right. It'll also help the motorists as well, because you won't have to be so careful about hitting each other's mirrors or any longer, because it will go from a 4-lane to a 3-lane. Again, we've talked about the road diet in the past, but basically the lanes will get wider, but they'll become fewer.
They essentially move the same amount of traffic because you don't get stuck behind that kid in his driver's test who just won't take a left. You're like, go, oh, there was a window, and you all get stacked up. So this way that person gets put off into their own dedicated left turn lane, and we can just cruise through at a nice speed. Don't hit grandma, crossing the street. But super excited for the Main Avenue Road Diet demonstration project this spring. Couple other quick things. We created a parking page on our website, and it just has really simple parking information for downtown Bismarck. Whether you want to know about on-street, private lots, or the ramps, it's basically going to give you all that info. So check it out, downtownbismarck.com/parking. Also, for our members out there, we're having our Downtowners open house. We moved our office. Woo-hoo. We're in the historic depot, and we're strategically there because we're going to be doing some work on that parking lot, turning it into a public space. So we're there for now. We smell a little like burritos, but that should not keep you away.
Maybe it'll attract you to us. We just want to remind everybody to abide by the signs that are out for street cleaning during these snowy events. So make sure and read them. Make sure you park in the right location.
Yes, Public Works asked us to tell you so that you don't get towed. So if you're out late at night, maybe park in the ramp if you know there's going to be some plowing going on in downtown Bismarck. Thanks so much to our guests and Jim running our boards. You're listening to the Downtowners on Super Talk 1270. If you're looking for any more information, you can visit us on our website, downtownbismarck.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/downtownbismarck, or Twitter. Our handle is downtownbisnd, BizND. Oh, we did it. For Don and Jim, I'm Kate with the Downtowners. We'll see you next month on Free for All Fridays on Super Talk 1270 AM.